The students are back. The Big Ten journey has begun, and the Gophers saw their shadows in Ohio Stadium. So that means at least 6 more weeks of football, and that's a good thing. Welcome to Buckeye Football Weekly alongside head coach Jim Tressel. I'm Jeff Hogan. And Coach, Big Ten play starts. That's an exciting time for everyone.
How long did it take you to think of that open? That was awesome.
It just came out.
Big Ten football is open. There's no question about it.
Open for business at the Shoe. And you start with Minnesota. You've had great success in Big Ten openers. 6-1 heading into this one. You moved that mark to 7-1. A good step.
It really was. It was good to have it at home. It was an exciting weekend for us. Glenn Mason came back, one of those 68 team members, obviously a great affiliation with Minnesota as well, and he did a great job speaking to our players, and it was just a good ball game, and we made progress.
Well, it's certainly nice to have that as we see the Hive and the Bucks get ready to take the field, 105,000 plus in the Shoe, and you get that boost from 30,000, and there's your man Glenn Mason.
Coach Mason. It was neat having Blocko on both ends, south and north end.
That was different, a new thing this year. We enjoyed it, and Beanie Wells in for the first time, number 28, took 28 days out of action, and he rips off a 28-yard run.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was great to have him back, and I think as he got warmed up, he was feeling good about it. A little bit of a high snap, and Terrell made his option read and went into the end zone. It was a 33-yard scamper, and a great way to start.
Well, how about that for an option read? And, striking first is always good when you get the students back.
Well, you could feel the difference in the stadium, and Beanie was getting fired up and excited as he was going. Unfortunately, we let them strip the ball, and our defense turned them back and only gave them 3. Good pressure on their quarterback, and all they came up with was a field goal when they had the ball starting down around the 20.
Well, Adam Weber makes a key third down completion there, and he's a stud quarterback. He's been chased around for a couple of years now, and there's the 3 that you talked about to make it a 7-3 game.
Well, then as it goes back there, a little bit of empty set, and one thing he's going to do, he's going to find that Eric Decker, and that was Decker's longest catch of the day. He caught 5 for 52 yards, and they fed their running back the little zone play quite a bit, and he had a decent day, but our defense was in charge, I thought, the whole ball game.
Well, you've got James Laurinaitis off the edge, and he sends him right to Marcus Freeman, who makes the tackle there for a loss of 5 yards on the play, and back on offense.
There's Beanie again. Good job on the surge in the offensive line, and he's getting his wheels back a little bit, and here's Terrell throwing it down the field for a nice play. It's a DeVere Posey, and moving the sticks a little bit.
Well, pickups of 11 yards on both of those plays. First quarter ends with a 7-3 lead for Ohio State, and back to second quarter play, and a plan draw there?
Yeah, a little quarterback draw. He assessed the situation. We had kind of a 4-by-1 look, and he read the number of kids in the box and made the right decision. And we came back and ran the option play, and he just, everything he does is with a lot of poise and patience and reading, and he got it out to Boom Heron, moved us up close enough to put 3 on the board.
Well, those last 2 plays that we saw, 3rd down and 3 and a 3rd and 18 conversion, you did go for it on 4th and 1 there, and you end up with a nice little drive, making it a 10-3 ball game, and then the defense steps up with takeaways.
Good job with the takeaway. They were moving the football down the field a little bit at that moment, and good pressure on Adam Weber, good interception by Donald Washington.
34 yards on the return as well, so you get some positive yardage the other way, and back in the pocket is Terrell Pryor.
Good job throwing a comeback route on 3rd down to Brian Robisky, so we got that done, and then the little zone play to Beanie, and we're moving the football down the field, and Beanie moves that pile pretty good.
Yeah, on a 1st and 10 play, that's a nice pickup of 12, and it's a Ryan Pretorius field goal from 45 yards out, and that is through the uprights for a 13-3 Ohio State lead.
Every point we get is a good one, and we keep putting pressure on the quarterback. He did a pretty good job finding people. He was hitting 72% of his throws or something coming into the game, and he's a fine quarterback. And here, we just kept fighting for the ball and stripping at the ball and got that big takeaway.
Well, certainly that pile was moving the entire time. No whistles, so you keep working in there. Look at Beanie go.
Well, Beanie's getting a little bit warmed up, getting a little bit fired up there, and it was a good read, and then a good little slant and go from Terrell Pryor to Brian Robisky gets us on the board late in the half.
Well, certainly a great play there, nice touch play that you see, and we see Terrell throwing the ball a little more effectively. I know you want to see him more and more throughout this game, but some nice touch on those passes and choosing when to run nicely.
Well, he makes good decisions, and he slows the game down. He doesn't get flustered. We've got to protect a little bit better, in my estimation. We've got to get a little bit more balanced as we go, but I thought both Terrell and Todd stood in there and made pretty good decisions throwing the ball.
I know it'll be scrutinized more, Beanie's running ability than his blocking ability, but he was pretty down after the game for not blocking. And I remember earlier in the week he said, got to work on the blocking a little more.
That's right, you know, and you have to crawl before you walk when you get back, when you've had some time off, and he's just got to get a little bit better base, a little lower, and he'll get there, though, because prior to his injury, he was by far our best blocking running back.
Well, we'll have more talk about Beanie and the Buckeyes 20-3 at the halftime. We're back after this.